And this light is here to experience, and is influenced by everything you eat, every person you meet, all the clothes you wear, the car you drive, the bed you lay in at night, the sunshine that shines on you, the rain, your conversations, your texting, any activity and all activities, any book you read, you are influenced by the stars, you are influenced by the moon. Why in the world do people say and can take that the moon affects us? I mean, it's on a 28-day cycle, so women should really appreciate that. And it makes the tides rise, okay? But they won't say that the rest of the planets affect us. It's all magnetism. It is. But anyway, we are humans, and we believe that we have a me, and we believe that we have this body that is of importance. I'm not degrading the body. I think the body is wonderful. No matter what size it is, shape it is, how it is wonderful because it houses the light, the sacred light that knows all, sees all, feels all, is all. That vision. Without a vision, without that light, you'll perish. You'll absolutely perish without that light. Jesus had that vision. We all have that vision. We have the vision. Anyway, let's keep that up there while I read this other piece of paper that I pulled out it fell out on the floor. Okay, why do you harbor such ill-fated feelings? Could it be that your memory is way too distorted to recall any element of truth? Could it be that you're in conflict with the vision of your life and your path? And so you're trying to put elements on it that don't belong? Why do you harbor such ill-fated feelings? Because your life's not working out? Your life was worked out before you got here. Your life was worked out in the seed that was in your mother before it was impregnated. And it was in her mother, and it was in her mother, and it was in her mother. And yet you're going to come here and you're going to orchestrate some kind of life that you think you ought to have, and if you don't have it, you're going to be mad about it. You were born a star. That would be stardust. Would that be stardust? If we are really a star, if we are really a star, if we really are, if we're really little twinkling lights, except, how we look up and we see stars. Could it be the stars are looking down and seeing us twinkling? We're twinkling real little. Or we could be twinkling really high if we're vibrating from that level. So, we are born as a star, and we're made of the things that the stars are made of. Okay, let's see. That's a 4. There's that foundation. Whoa. So our foundation, Mitzi, is upside down. Our foundation is the sky. Our foundation is the sky. 1:11:7. It's really a 25 release, but we'll keep it a 7. Let's see. And 12. Oh! And who governs our life? Which is, for all the religious people, the Son of God. Are we not the sons? That big sphere of electromagnetic energy, that light, that if it was to go out, we'd be out before it went out because we couldn't withstand it. possessing the vision, the sun. I might just read about the sun. I might. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got a, what did I say? Oh, 19. Okay, the foundation is the sky. 4. Okay, so we have, you were born a star, and no one is interfering with your orbit. It is impossible. Okay, it is impossible. You know, if I took and I dumped everything off this table, I do that just because, you know, folly. And I picked up at random whichever one I wanted to. There's no way that this theme of this hour could be dismantled. It's going to flow perfectly. My point is, your life is too. Stop chasing wild stallions that you're not going to be able to domesticate. They are meant to be free. They have a place and a pasture and a roam that you will never know of, and you cannot bring them home with you and make them stay. You've heard things, you cannot make somebody love you, and you cannot make somebody stay with you. That is just something, it's ludicrous. Okay, you were born a star and no one is interfering with your orbit. Orbit. I might do that word. I like that word. Orbit. Where are we at? Just because it seems to take longer for some of your dreams to manifest, they are in no way delayed. They're coming, you know. Let's say that there's some, if you're in line with your vision, I'm not saying you're going to get to be a world athlete over here, and that's not part of your vision that you brought with you. But whatever your vision is, okay, and you're traveling towards that. Now, you may get sidetracked, and you may spend a lot of time chasing that one, down that road. But whenever you get back on your path, that particular vision is not going to move closer to you. It's not going to move. You're going to get to it when you're supposed. There's that word again. I made a whole show out of that word one time. Supposed. You ought to tune in and try to find that word. You'll get there. But yeah, just because it seems to take longer for some of your dreams to manifest, they are in no way delayed. You are on a course of self-revealing. Self-revealing. Let me do orbit, because I said I wanted to. Orbit. 69292. Okay, that's that 15 again. You know, that's devil. That's also relationships. You remember, he's the adversary. Part of your vision. You cannot leave it out. God didn't leave him out. Why are you going to? Relationships. Yeah. The art of interaction. Okay. Now, what's this one? 11:13. No wonder I want to do that word. Huh? Passion. I tell you all the time. 28. Let's go through the gate. 28. We won't be late. And orbit. That's death and transformation. That's the transformation. Now let me go ahead and do this, buddy. Boy, I got a sermon on this one, ain't I? Okay, orbit. It says right here. Where are we at? Something about it. You're on a course of, nope, right here. You were born a star and no one is interfering with your orbit. Okay? No one is going to interfere or can stop or can increase the level of trouble and adversity you're going to have, which the devil represents. No one can decrease it or increase it. It's part of the vision. No one is going to make relationships fail or start in your orbit. No one is going to teach you the delicate art of interaction, sacred interaction, except by and through your learning yourself, being silent, learning how to keep your mouth shut, stop gossiping, and really be invested in what's turning inside of you. Okay, that's the heart of that word. The personality of that word is death and transformation. Every single solitary time that you confront, if you want to say overcome, the devil's wiles and wherefores, it does nothing but to strengthen you. So this is really a blessing in disguise. It's part of your vision. All of your relationships, no matter how many you've had, won't have, will have, can have, don't have, are part of your orbit and a means to transform you and cause that willful part of memory, more of me, to dissolve. Okay, that's the purpose. And then your interaction with people, if you're not dying daily, as I've said on other shows that Paul said, then you're not being that creature newborn in Christ. You Christians know that. You know it by heart. Okay, let me see. You are on a course of self-revealing. The sun shows us that, and that would be the sun. The sun shows us that. Shows us that. How could we see? How could we breathe? How could we live? How could we be without the sun? How could we? S-U-N, S-O-N. You are on a course of self-revealing. There are many experiences necessary to turn you inside out. Mitzi, you know anything about that? Turn you inside out. We all know about that. Turn you inside out. Now, why would we need to be turned inside out? How are we going to see the core? How are we going to know what matters to us? How are we going to gyrate to that nucleus, that vision? How will we know we get what we get if we are not turned inside out? How? We're going to see it from here? We're going to look in the mirror and see it? I'm going to ask somebody to tell me? Huh? How are we going to get it? How am I going to get it unless the inside of me is exposed by and through adversity? You know, some times of bliss can also do it, but it's usually those times of adversity. Although you believe yourself to be a loving and affectionate person, ask those nearest and dearest to you how loving and affectionate you are. How misunderstood are you? Now, if you're not, you're not in tune with your vision. You're not in tune with your vision because nobody can understand your vision except you. Nobody. Okay, let me see. You know how to provide, but you do not know how to open up and express your true feelings. That's turning you inside out. The people want you, not your money, not your time, not your compliments. Stop being so selfish with both. Time, money, and what? Those three things. Okay, now what are we going to do next? What are we going to do? Oh, did I say I was going to read the sun? Sandy, I think I'm going to pull my book and read the sun. I think. Let's see if I am. If I can find it. Yeah, here it is. Okay, let's see if I can find. Is it this one? Or is it? No, this is something else. But I might read something out of here too. Okay, it's this one. Let's go with the sun. Let's see if I can find the sun. Can I find the sun in here? Might be at the back. The sun. There's judgment. There's the moon. Uh-oh. Sun's after the moon. So, did I say I love that word orbit? Did I say I love that word orbit? No one can interfere. Is that what we started this whole show with? You know, I love that. I mean, it just gets so good. It just gets stardust is our foundation conflict. You get what you get. Your memory is too distorted. Your vision, keeping still. Your light, change directions. Your force. Oh, yes. You get what you get. Your reality. Yours. Yours. This is what you're living by and through the sun each day. Okay? You have C-O-U-R-C-E. Well, that sure don't look like course. Isn't that funny when I stand up here, words don't look like they're supposed to? C, I know this, A-R-C-E. That's real brittly. That sure doesn't look, how about that if it is? If this is true, how about that? We're on a course. Hour. S-E, that's why. S-E. Okay, and guess what that S is, Mitzi? See, you think I do these things purposely. I'm thinking I do them on purpose, you know.